Morning. I thought I'd show you what I've been working on recently. A couple of panels that I started for my exhibition, and two more that I kind of started, but I'm not sure if they're going to be part of the thing. I don't really have a clue right now about the kind of portfolio that I want to show in December. So I'm just painting and then seeing what I have and what I can do with it. But I wanted to show you because I'm probably gonna be working on these panels for the next, I don't know how long. So you'll probably be seeing them around. And I will be starting a new panel, I think maybe in the weekend. So that you can follow me along while I do a panel from the start. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch cameras. I'm gonna show you what I've been working on, and then I'm gonna show you what I will be working on for the next hour or so. So thank you for joining me again, and let's go to the other view. So this is what we've been working on yesterday. I'll take that off. And then I have one that is finished, I think, or, you know, sometimes you want to put on these couple more layers here and there just to, like, mentally get used to the fact that it's done. But it's pretty much done. I did some glazing here a couple of days ago. But I'm probably gonna keep this and, yeah, not fiddle with it anymore. So this one is done. And then I have this one. Yeah, again, this is also in a stage where I'm trying to get used to the fact that it's probably good enough. Yeah, not sure. And then I have this one. I struggle with this one a little bit because I started it, I had no plan. I don't even know. It's just there is a, like, this area between something being planned out and something being a little bit loose and a little bit freeform. When you sit somewhere in between, I feel like I'm confident enough to finish something and at the same time not feel like I'm working in a factory producing paintings. But this one was really on the other end of the spectrum, with no plan. And now I'm struggling here with what to do with the composition, which is just not my strong suit. So I'm going to put this one aside until I can figure something out. And then I started these, so that were 4 panels, and then I started this one, and let me grab the other one real quick. So this one, that needs a lot of work, and this one also needs quite some work, but these for me, and the other one as well, they're a little bit out of the zone with the other 4, so maybe this is just for a different series. So let me grab the one we're going to be working on today. which is this one. Okay, okay, so this one I started, I don't even know, I can look it up on my Facebook because I had this really stressful post about it. And then I put it up for a while to let it dry and to see what it looks like from a distance. I have a lot of work to do, but I'm trying to keep myself from doing work that you're not going to see when you're 1 or 2 meters away from the painting. So this, for me, I just want to let you know that this, for me, technically is very difficult. This is something that makes me realize that I have a lot to learn and that I'm missing a lot of gaps in my training because I never went to art school and I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So this is one of those works that confront you with things that you're missing. So I took some time to feel really sad for myself, and now I'm gonna pick it back up. So I'm gonna clean my palette, and then we're gonna mix a lot of gray tones. Okay, so palette is clean. I want to show you what I did the other day with the colors that I'm using. And I created this value sheet. I do this every now and then just for practice. And then what I do is with my phone on your camera, you have a black and white setting. So you don't actually have to take a photo and then process it. You can actually have a filter. You have a filter on your camera. My phone is like 20 million years old, so your phone probably has that setting where you can put the filter on and it shows you black and white, and you can very quickly see in black and white if the values of the different colors are in line. And what I found is that I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so this is something I need to practice more. Here are the colors that I generally have on my palette. So the German Vine, the Burnt Umber, the Raw Umber, and the Burnt Sienna. Okay, what I need for this, or what I'm gonna do for this painting, is create 5 values. And then the lightest value that you can see here, I'm going to mix that based off the lightest of the 5. So I'm going to think maybe this as the darkest. Yeah, and then go like, then I need to sit in between here. I don't want to go all the way here. I want to leave some room for if I need to glaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe 5. So 1, 2, 1. Okay, let's go Roman here. 2, 3, and let's maybe sit in between here. 4, and 5. Okay. So I have my white that I had yesterday. let's start with some of the lighter values. Start with number 1. I'm gonna mix a little bit more. And I'm gonna put it in the freezer because I don't want to do this again tomorrow. Let me get that one. Yeah, I like that. I don't want it this light. This is the problem I have with my current level of being able to mix values, is that this one is lighter than this one, right? This one is sitting in between here. So this whole column is just, it makes no sense. But that's okay. In case you're worried that I'm gonna mix all these values on camera, I'm not. Just gonna mix this one color, the burnt umber, in 5 values, so you can see. And then I'm gonna do the rest and cut that out of the video. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting here with me mixing for eternity. And this is definitely one of the things that I struggle with at this point a little bit. My studio organization, if you will. So planning stuff and writing things down. I actually, this is also an issue. I'm gonna mix 5 values, and then I need to, I need to register them somewhere on a piece of paper, because if I run out of paint, I would like to be able to mix that value and not some other random value that I then call value 3. So it's this type of studio organization that I feel, I run into things like that, and then I don't always know how to deal with it. the same goes for my, my current level of technical skill, if you will. I don't always know, I was mixing here, right? Yeah. I don't always know where to look when I run into things that don't work. Also, I don't deal very well with things that don't work. Like, the first thing I'm thinking is, it must be something wrong with me. I had that same attitude, by the way, in school. So it's not like school's the answer for everything as well, but I can imagine that when you're in art school, at least I think maybe you have people you can talk to about that. But like I said, I don't always know what to do, where to look. Do I need to take a course again? Do I need to just put in more hours? Which is something that I find difficult. I find it difficult to spend hours practicing, and it's definitely necessary. Not everything can be learned like in one day, and then when you go and do it, it's all perfect. It's not how it works. So recently I subscribed to the Patreon channel of Stephen Bauman. And he is a very technical artist who went to school in, I think, Florence or something. So I'm trying to designate some hours every week to watching some of his videos and then just, practice. So now we're 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not sure if the distribution here is good. Let's see. That was spot on in one go. I feel super accomplished when that happens. But I think the step here is a little bit... I'm gonna make this one a little bit darker. Okay, so I'm gonna mix the other row. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take a break and think about what I want. If I want the raw umber in there as well, or maybe just... I'm gonna think about this, what I'm gonna mix, and I will be right back. Okay, so I made up my mind. Let me put a little sheet here for the glare. There's a lot of light coming in. So what I did, I kept my 5, and I made the midtones here a little bit warmer with burnt sienna. So now we have some cool highlights, some warmer midtones, and a mid-warm shadow color. This is the one that I mixed extra, because I noticed that my the stuff from my panel is already darker than this. So I'm gonna bring this one in and see how far we can get with these. So that's the start. I find it so difficult to get back into a painting after a while. I don't remember, the flow I was in, the plan I had. And I'm actually, like I said yesterday, maybe I have to start writing that down more often. And that's the thing, I think, when you work, when you learn on your own, the way that a lot of you do, and you want to take a next step, you kind of need a plan. And I find it really difficult sometimes to decide what the next step in that plan is going to be. And at the same time, of course, there is this need to also make art, so you also don't want to stop doing that. Somebody asked me yesterday what brushes I was using. So these, I purchased them 2 weeks ago. And so this is, I purchased them with Rosemary Co. And I had a couple of their brushes that I use for acrylics. And the Ivory synthetics is something that, is it synthetic? Synthetic. Okay, Ivory synthetics. I wanted to try them. For a while, I heard good things about them. I've struggled to find synthetic brushes that give me enough friction, if you will. Friction, I mean, like, they don't slip off your surface. I like a brush that gives me a little bit of a hard time, maybe. But you know what I mean, right? So these are not super coarse or anything, but they are a little bit, they feel a little bit more natural than a lot of synthetic brushes that I tried. And they're also quite, you can see on the palette here, yeah, they have a little bit of, they push back a little bit. Okay, so I'm enjoying them. So far they're easy to clean, are affordable, so definitely a good purchase. If you're looking for a good synthetic brush, go ahead and try these. put in some warmer, some pinkish tones here to see if I could work with that. I'm not too big of a fan, so I'm probably gonna turn that down again. Okay, just gonna take a short break. We'll be right back. Okie doke. Just needed to eat something, which is something that I tend to forget, both when I'm working, but also now because my son is actually on a school camp. So I am here behaving like a teenager. So that is finger number 2. I'm trying to feel if I have the focus left for finger number 3. Gonna go ahead and give it a try. Does anyone else have that when you work on stuff and it just feels like you've been working on it for 3 hours and then you look at the clock and it's, I don't know, 20 minutes? Because I have that a lot. There's something here in the shape of that finger that needs correcting with black. right. I'm exhausted. I'll be honest with you. So yeah, this is enough for today. I'm gonna do some other things, mainly sketching. I'll show you a little bit tomorrow, and I will continue this tomorrow, probably. My son's coming home, so it's gonna be a little different. Yeah, this is me. You know, people are like, oh yeah, I finished my whole to-do list today, and I'm like, I painted 3 fingers. But yeah, you're all art people, so you know how much focus this requires of you. I do enjoy it, though. I like experimenting a little bit with the impasto, which is something that I feel suits me, but I'm not sure how to execute it yet properly with oil paint, because it's a little bit different, of course, than with acrylic. So that's gonna be, yeah, something to focus on this week. I'm gonna make a swatch card. So I'm gonna make little swatches so that I can repeat the mixing when I start again if I need more. This I'm gonna put actually in the freezer. So I have a freezer, a box, and I put some baking paper on the bottom, and I freeze my paint. Especially with the umbers. This is going to be dry tomorrow. Okay, so this is going to be useless tomorrow. So I'm going to put it in the freezer. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you either tomorrow or day after next time. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.